What's going on, everyone? It's Tyler McKinney back here again, and today we're going to continue looking at the XFL, and if you can't tell, I'm pretty excited. We've got a fun one for you. If it's your first time here, hey, glad to have you. If you're a return viewer, thanks for coming back, and thanks for watching more videos, and if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. All right, let's not waste any more time. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. I'm excited because the XFL today has released their reporter teams, their commentary teams, the analysts who will be covering the XFL for ESPN/ABC, and I'm pretty excited about this team, and really mainly one member in particular. So if you haven't, go ahead. I'm going to put a link to the video where I discussed kind of the broadcasting teams that they kind of put out preliminarily in, it was about a month and a half ago, something like that, maybe a month ago. I don't remember now, but I'll put it up there for you guys. You watch that video if you kind of want to get the background information, but we're starting to get kind of everything unfold. And if you've noticed, they've kind of added more people. So right now, as I'm looking at things, they've got a team of 7 people that are going to be doing the whole kind of broadcast, analysts, and everything from the XFL. So we're looking at this, and so they're calling it their lead team or their main team, and that's going to be the Saturday team. Steve Levy, Greg McElroy, and then they're going to have Tom Luginbill in the he's going to be, I guess, in the booth, so maybe he'll be back in the studio or something like that. I think he's going to be in the studio, and Steve Levy and Greg McElroy will be in the booth. And then I guess Dianna Russini is going to be, I guess, the field analyst for that game. And listen, these guys are all pros. They've been doing it for quite a while. Now, if you paid attention, you watched my other video, you'll know that we had Orlovsky who was down there. And they're just saying that really right now for him, it was too crazy. It really didn't fit into his schedule well. So they've kind of changed some things around. So that's why you've got Steve Levy, Greg McElroy. You've got Tom, who's going to be probably, back in the studio. And then you've got Dianna, who's going to be, your normal sideline analyst in that. Now, the exciting stuff is what's going to be happening on Sunday. So Sunday, you're going to have Tom, Hart, and you have Joey Galloway. They're going to be up in the booth, and those are going to be guys that have been calling the game. Now, the one that I've been waiting to tell you about is Pat McAfee. If you have not checked this guy out, I love Pat McAfee. He is just a awesome dude. I love watching his show. I love listening to him talk about sports, especially when it comes to football. He has just an insight about it, and he just tells it like it is, and he just gives his thoughts. He's kind of a raw guy, and listen, the guy is just absolutely entertaining, and I am excited to have him on the sidelines. I think he's going to be energetic. I think it's going to be great. And if you haven't watched his video, maybe I'll put it down, a link to it down in the description, and you can watch his video there too about how he explains his whole position, what he's going to do. He's going to be fun. Now, they're calling him a field analyst, and the thing that I like about it is that ESPN is not reining him in. He's not a crazy off-the-wall guy. I mean, nothing like that. But he is a guy that asks those questions and kind of thinks those thoughts that you would. He's just like a down-to-earth guy, but he's hilarious. But yet, he also makes some really, really good points and brings some really neat things to the table. And so I think it's really cool because he's going to be bouncing all over the field. He's probably gonna be making jokes, and listen, there's probably gonna be some blunders here and there, but they're calling him a field analyst. And what they've been saying that he's gonna have unprecedented access to the field like we've never seen before in football. And if you pay attention to sports as they've been going today, sports have been kind of opening up to the public. More and more, the media is getting more and more access to sports, whether it be like NASCAR, when, guys are coming in and, there's a rain delay or something, and they're right in the driver's face, or, right before a race or right after a race, right in the driver's face, and that, you kind of got that, and then basketball, they're right there, right in the action, and asking coaches as things are happening, and what's going on, and really getting some insight inside of the game. Might be this, looking at it like that with the sports, and you've been kind of seeing this progress as seasons has gone on, and people like the access, they like the getting more information into the quirky things of the game and the game inside the game, and getting in the heads of the coaches and the players and what they're thinking. So it just only makes sense because they've been trying to add this into football, and they've been getting more and more of it, where it's been like, they get the coaches right before the game, get them right at half, right after the game. They get their analysts, and that before they get to the locker room and before they can kind of clear their head and get ready for the press conference after the game. I mean, these are raw thoughts. This is happening right now, and they're giving Pat McAfee access to do this stuff. And listen, he's the guy who, he don't care. He's going to ask the questions, and whatever, it's going to be. I mean, he even said himself, he's like, I'm going to ask him, what made you, make that bonehead, call, or whatever. I mean, he was joking around, but that's the fact of the matter is he's going to ask him these hard questions and this stuff, and it'd be actually interesting to see what happens. Because a lot of these guys aren't polished guys. Now, the coaches, you might not get a rise out of them, but if he's asking players, who knows? I think it'll be for some fun segments and some fun things with it. He's talking about getting in the huddle. He's talking about, getting in the coaches and asking them, why they made the dumb call, going in there, listening in on the huddle, and being there, being all over the field. He's planning on just being in everything. And I think that this is great. And actually, I think that this is going to work out so well that I think it's going to be something that you're probably going to start to see trickle into the pro game. I don't know about the college game. They really do like their kind of traditions, their pageantry, and all that. So I don't really see that happening in that situation. But man, am I excited about Pat McAfee being on the sidelines, and he's excited about it. Listen, this is a guy who it's really cool. So, I read that. He talks about, and they asked him, about doing this, and, he's had other opportunities, and if you haven't listened to his show, he's got an amazing show, but the guy's a really good commentator as well, gives really good information that's just not, it's entertaining, but it's not just fluff. Like, it's stuff that makes you go, oh, okay, I get it now, and he gives you that stuff, and that's what we want. So not only is the XFL going to be exciting to watch, because I think it's going to be fast-paced football and that with it, but we're going to have an exciting guy that's going to bring the game to us, and I really do think that Pat McAfee is going to take it to another level, to where this field analyst is going to become something that's just going to become the norm from now on. I really think that what he's doing is pretty awesome, and I'm really digging the stuff that he's doing. But let's go back to the comments. So he made a comment which I thought was really interesting. So he has a deal with the WWE. And if you've paid attention, he was on SmackDown. I don't know if it was last week or the week before or whatever, but he was on SmackDown. He's kind of a professional wrestling guy. That's the kind of guy he is. I mean, like I said, he's just one of the dudes. He's one of the real folk. I mean, he is generally one of us, and having him out there is awesome. So he's got this contract with WWE, right? And, he said, yeah, I was approached by the AF, and, I really wasn't interested. He goes, they were going to be a competitor of the XFL, and I wanted to be a part of the XFL, so I held out. I didn't sign with them. And so I had the opportunity with the XFL. And that's exactly what I think he's doing. He is excited to be in this position. He's excited for football, in football in this capacity, and I think it's going to be great. Who knows? It might not be something that's overly, crazy or this or that, but they're telling him that they're going to allow his personality to shine through, and I think that they need to. I think that they need to come with the XFL. They need to come. ESPN needs to give it the production and give it everything to make it feel like the big leagues. Give it all of that. Give it all the production and all that. Don't dumb it down just for the XFL. Give it all the insight. Give it all of the angles. Give it all of the shots. Don't make it just look like it's, okay, this is a group of 5 game and this is a Power 5, Saturday night game day game. Give it the game day experience, or give it the Monday Night Football type of experience. And I think that they're going to. I think that they're trying to. But let it be fun. Not, everything's so serious. And listen, the games are going to be competitive. The guys are going to be playing hard, and we're going to see some exciting stuff on the football field. But let us enjoy the whole experience, and let us just have fun watching a football game and get to know these guys and get in the game and get in the stories. I really want to. And I think, now granted, listen, I love Joey Galloway. The guy is really good. Greg McElroy and Steve Levy, they're all good. And Tom, he's a very good, he analyzes things very well and puts things very good perspective. Not as much. I don't have as much experience with Tom Hart. Dianna, she does a very good job on the field. We don't see her a whole lot, and so supposedly we're going to see Pat McAfee a lot more. But I'm really excited about Pat McAfee. If you can't tell, I think that he is just going to add so much, and we're going to have fun on Sunday afternoons watching some XFL football and getting his analysis and what he's doing. And that with it, I think is going to be great. I think that ABC/ESPN is putting together some really good stuff for the XFL. It's top notch, top level, especially for the startup league. And I think that that's just adding to the fact that this league is going to succeed. I know that there are you guys out there that think that I'm just wishful thinking and that I'm just buying into the lies that, and that this is just going to be another failure. Listen, the big boys are putting the money into the XFL, whether it be ABC and ESPN or whether it be Fox. They're bringing out all the stops for this. And granted, I know about the deals. I know about how, what the production deals are and what money that the XFL is actually bringing in and all that. But I'm telling you, they're bringing it so that people will watch it and people are going to start watching it. This thing is going to take off. And next year, I think the XFL is going to be huge. I think this year it's going to be huge. February, I think you're going to be surprised. I think they're going to be pulling in probably, viewership, I'm thinking probably somewhere in the between 2 and 3 million viewers is kind of what I'm guessing will be about where they're going to be with that. And I think people they're going to like it, and people are going to continue to watch it, and it's going to become a hit and its own thing. I don't think it's going to be the NFL, and I don't want it to be. I want it to be. I want it to be good production, serious, but I want it to be kind of with that splash of fun and entertainment to it. And I don't mean like hokey or kayfabe or anything like that. I just mean just good old fashioned. We're having fun out here, and you can tell. And having Pat McAfee at the center of all of it is just already illustrating the point that what they're trying to do, and I really, really like it. But the question is what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think that I'm just absolutely crazy and I'm just a guy just going nuts over nothing? I don't know. I'd love to hear it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. And remember, if you have any suggestions for me, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear your suggestions on videos or topics to cover, because you guys come up with some great things. And sometimes they're really cool, and I'd love to cover them. All right, well, I know that you're busy and know that I'm busy, so let's get on out of here. You have a good night. Bye.